The High Court in Pretoria has reserved judgment in an application by some corruption accused in the VBS Mutual Bank matter for their case to be separated from the others. Former ANC Youth League leader Kabelo Matsepe and the party's ex-Limpopo treasurer Danny Msiza are alleged to have solicited funds from various municipalities to deposit into the institution. Now, thousands of depositors lost nearly 2 billion rand in the 2018 collapse. Ntokozo Khumalo has more.
Courtroom 6E at the Pretoria High Court was filled to the brim as public interest in the VBS Mutual Bank scandal peaked with the appearance of 12 people accused of looting over 2 billion rand of depositors' money. Shareholders and depositors will have to wait until Friday to hear whether the court will grant an application for a stay of prosecution that could see further delays as the defense of two of the accused also seek a separation of trial. Advocate Sean Abrahams argued that former ANC Youth League leader Kabelo Matsepe and former Limpopo ANC treasurer Danny Msiza have nothing to do with VBS's internal workings and should be tried separately.
It is clear that when one looks at proximity, time, place, and the roles of my clients, that there's no prejudice to the state whatsoever if my client's matter should be separated.
Abrahams cautioned Judge Mabuse that failing to grant his clients a separate trial would affect their ability to defend themselves effectively. Matsepe, who is referred to as a political fixer during the scandal, is accused of having pocketed 35 million rand from VBS, while Msiza is accused of having collected commission to get municipalities to deposit taxpayers' money into VBS.
They cannot prepare for their defense. They cannot prepare for the presentation of their defense. And the prejudice, well, let me rephrase that, the substantial prejudice that my clients are being subjected to remains continuous until the Court of Appeal, whether it be the Supreme Court of Appeal, whether it be the Constitutional Court, has had the last say on the matter.
However, Advocate Hein van der Merwe rubbished the applications, calling it a delay tactic, and questioned why the accused failed to apply for a separation of trial years ago when they were charged. Van der Merwe also told the courts that South Africa's criminal justice system is under severe strain to delay a trial and that VBS victims deserve answers.
It cannot be allowed in the interest of justice that they succeed with that. My Lord, it needs to be stopped here. And the court needs to say, enough is enough. The trial must proceed.
The state argues that it is difficult to prove the extent of an individual's involvement in a case like VBS, adding that it is important that all accused be tried together. While the defense demanded some documents from the state, claiming they were missing from the docket, the prosecutor argued that all relevant documentation had been submitted.
If we start taking the easy way out and splitting cases up, we are working against what the intention of the legislature was when the Prevention of Organised Crime Act was promulgated.
Just before the hearing got underway, the Democratic Alliance reiterated its stance that it will not back down on its charges against other prominent politicians linked to the VBS looting. The party says it's not just the executives that the victims of the looting are waiting to see in the dock, but high-ranking politicians fingered in the scandal as well.
They will then now give us feedback to subpoena the SAPS to come and give feedback as to how far the investigation is to Mr. Flo Chivambu and Julius Malema in Parliament so that this particular case can be taken forward. Because like I said, it's important for them to find their day in the dock because it's poor rural South Africans that have lost their money.
While the hearing became a heated argument at times, both the prosecution and the defense eventually agreed that the victims deserve to put the matter to bed sooner rather than later. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.